Internet. Hello, Demagen here. Welcome back to my continuing coverage of the Steam NextFest for February 2025. This is not quite a Metroidvania. In a previous video I mentioned that one of the things that I don't do very often is cover 3D Metroidvanias. Because I just don't. I've got nothing against them. I just don't cover them particularly. Do we have any... I was going to say, do we have any audio options? This is... Anchor, Quest for Atlantis. It is an ARPG, potentially with some Metroidvania elements, and I'm going to give it a go. It's got 30 minutes of my time, and I've forgotten to start the timer. Starts now. Atlantis was never lost. Truth is within your grasp. Truth is within... But kings should never be awakened. Whoa, jerky. Face what lurks in the depths. Rise your name to the legend. Raise your name. Or fall like the rest. So we've got a cell shady outline effect on this, which is an interesting one. Ooh, we are slow. So it looks like we are the captain of some kind of ship. Height attack, levy attack. Yeah. I thought I'd try it just because reasons. We've got to run on a circle. Nothing on the shoulder buttons. Oh, no. Never mind. Left bumper is a... block, potentially? I'm sure they'll tell us as we continue onwards. Tilt the right stick to look further. Hey, friend. This is an Unreal Engine game, so we're probably going to get some slight stutters whilst it loads the shaders. Hold B to run. Don't seem to have any running attacks. Left bumper is a block. Okay. Like me a good block function. Hey, friend. Okay, it's somewhat difficult to... There's a little pause after they wind up for the attack. Also, there's no sound effect or anything to go with it. A shiny thing. Healing crystal. Okay. Press B to interact with the offering shrine and consume a healing crystal to activate it. Okay, I assume that just stays. Hit that to light up the ramp. Opens the door. Screen shake. Moving the stick doesn't offer a huge amount of look ahead. Ooh. Like the manta ray shadow. Press B. Checkpoints. Upgrades. Got a skill tree. Okay, can't do anything there yet. The movement speed is very slow for reasons. Okay, can't get through there. We don't have a jump or anything, so we can't jump gaps. Hi, friends. The sound mixing is weird. Oh, okay. teeth. Like an anglerfish chest thing. Yeah. I think... Oops, that's a gap. I think I'm supposed to get the impression that we are underwater with all the fish and stuff and the slower movement speed. Yeah, combat feels... Well, no. Hitting things feels crunchy enough. Screen shake is a bit much. Dash unlocks. Okay. Whoop. Oh, that is quite the dash. Don't know if there's a cooldown on the dash. There is a cooldown. I don't think there's much of one. Another healing crystal. I wonder how limited a resource these are going to be. I mean, do I need to use this here? Is there a point to doing so? Another one. Aha! Dash has now been unlocked. Reduces dash cooldown with 550. We'll do that. And we might as well do that as well. Oh. Huh? Oh, I see. I was pressing the wrong button. So I can either increase the travel speed or the recovery. I don't know why I'd want to. The speed is probably fast enough. Right, and I can now dash it over here? Yeah, okay. Ooh, I just had a weird flash of deja vu then. Massive flash of deja vu. Like I've played something like this before. Have I just come out in a big loop? Yeah, I have. We seem to be quite limited in terms of... Obtain new important item. Map piece unlocks. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. I mean, it's not pretty. But it actually has a map, which is more than we can say for Mark of the Deep. Right, are the places that I can now go back to? So we do have the Metroidvania map elements. Pretty chuffed with that. Enemies just kind of float off. Was there somewhere up here that we can now get to? No. Huh. There's a definite kind of sense of melancholy. I find it interesting that our base move speed is so slow. I don't know why somebody would want to move around like this. There could be a reason. There could be some thin navigable platforms that we need to get around and so on and so forth. But as it is... Hold on. Press B. Obtain new important item. Message from my angel. We have to thank Luxapren for letting us... Oops. Letting us live near the outskirts. We're at like 20 meters from the new sky. I can't wait to hear you singing in the centre and seeing you making this air more euphoric. Okay. Can't get up there, but we can get stuff off the ground floor. I've been wondering whether there's stuff like in Tunic and Mark of the Deep. 3D maps, of course, are incredibly difficult to do well. Huh? Yeah, we need a way of getting through smashy blocks. Hold on. Now that's just going to drop us down. We don't want to just be dropped down. Have I been up there? Oops. Ah, we have not been up here. Checkpoint unlocked. Bloop, 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 bloop. Oh. A shiny blue thing? I don't know what that was. Oh! Hello! Ah! Okay, whatever it was is a missile of some sorts. Huh? Screw you! So I've got to pay more attention. Yeah, take that, octopus. Yeah, we do have that feeling of kind of weird. Ooh, uh-oh. Did we have a heal? I can't remember. Oh, there's more. Ah. Uh-huh. Ow. Oh, I've died. It's a little bit difficult to tell what's going on. Oh? Yeah. I think one of the biggest issues that I've got is that I'm having to hold down circle to move around with any kind of speed. Oops, oh dear. Okay, they can. Okay. No. Nope. Yeah, Oh, good. Did I beat him? I did beat him. Oh, that's it. That's gonna need some work. It's not a bad start. It's not a bad start. The combat feel right now is okay, but how do I phrase this? I really like perfect block / perfect parry style systems in video games. I have done ever since Darksiders, probably, and maybe before, but that's certainly the first one that I can think of, and that was actually very it was quite a formative experience for me. Darksiders as a whole, realistically, brilliant game, one of my favourites, one of my top 10. The thing about perfect blocks is that over the years, games like Sekiro, Thymesia, Stellar Blade, so on and so forth, there have been lots of games that have done perfect block / perfect parries really well. But there's also this Nine Souls, just 2D off the top of my head. The issue with them, in order to challenge quote-unquote gamers, there has been this push for, and Liza P did this, sometimes to its detriment, that there's been that feeling of delay before the attack. The wind up and then the delay just to throw you off. And it was, I seem to recall, wasn't it levelled in terms of criticism quite heavily against Steel Rising, where the kind of clockwork nature of the automata that you were fighting, it was logical that they had jerky clockwork movements, but it was actually quite frustrating to fight against them because of the unpredictability of their jerky clockwork movements. So it made sense from a logical and lore perspective, but from a gameplay perspective, it was actually quite annoying to try and time your parries against them. And as I said, Liza P did this to an extent as well. This has that same issue, not only because we are zoomed out quite far, but I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a timing thing. And yes, you know, assuming it is consistent, I as a player could just delay my button press for the parry each time. The issue is that it doesn't match the on-screen animation because of that delay. You know, you've got your enemies pulling back for a big wind-up, and then they just kind of stay there for a bit, and you kind of expect them, you know, to unleash that force, and then they don't, and that feels weird. It might make logical sense, but it feels off. It feels designed just to trick the player. And then you get into the realms of, well, what is difficulty? What is artificial difficulty? What is just there to make something harder for the sake of saying, yes, we've got to challenge? Because then your game only appeals to a very specific crowd. And that's fine. That could be what you are going for. But I have not met or spoken to anybody who really likes that delay before an attack. I've seen countless forum posts on Metroidvanias, Souls-likes, ARPGs and the like that say, yeah, it's really annoying that enemies delay their attacks because it feels off. So I would consider and potentially reconsider what you are doing as regards your perfect block system and how challenging you want your game to be and who you are, who the target demographic is. Visually, it's fine. I think it's a bit slow having, and it's a bit weird having to hold down the circle button all the time to move at a reasonable speed. I don't. Again, it depends what you are going for later on in your game, but I don't necessarily think there's any need for us to be moving that slow. Maybe there are speed increases. Obviously, there's the dash upgrades and the dash and the dash upgrades. Why anybody is going to use the dash speed versus the dash cooldown, I don't know in terms of upgrades, because it does have a cooldown, and in a game like this where you're probably going to use it for getting around because of how slow everything is, you're probably just going to want to be able to use your dash more often. Maybe that's what the keystone things are. But anyway, there's clearly a framework. Is this going to just quit the game fully? Yeah, it is going to quit the game fully. Well, we're going to leave it there anyway. I quite like the art style. I like the kind of general vibe. I like the idea of being under the sea and so on and so forth. Just put this back on for this. I also, in some ways, appreciate that for your demo you didn't give us a load of story to bog us down at the start. You just let us get into the action. I'm quite intrigued as to what this big glowing anchor is and so on and so forth. But I can wait to find out. I think the... Can we continue from where we got to? Brilliant sentence. Well done, Demagen. This maybe takes a little bit too long. Obviously, it's a it's a very soulsy fog thing, and we do have full kind of mouse keyboard. That's interesting. What I do think is quite interesting is this. And this is mostly because we've got no way of moving this around. We can zoom in and out, but we need to use the actual keyboard controls. I suppose that's fair enough. The fact that there is a map. It's a bit bare bones, and we can't really. There's no mouse over tooltips or anything like that just yet. I'm assuming there might be at some point in the future. But it's nice that we've got one. And it is actually a 3D map. It's a very simple kind of 3D render of the game world. This is something that I think Mark of the Deep could really have done with. I think this could be maybe stylized a bit more. Because as I said, it is a bit ugly. But I'd rather have it and it be ugly than not have it at all. I don't know how much use it will actually be in terms of actual game. But yeah. Interesting. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. So that is a look at Project Anchor. What's the game's actual name? I just read that off the executable. Anchor Quest for Atlantis. Is there any more information on the store about this? That's for the demo. Release date March 2025. Okay. Dive in and solve the mystery of Atlantis. Let's put this on. Why not? Explore the depths of this isometric action game. Fight against the Guardians. Awaken the powers of the anchor. Action game with an anchor? Question mark. Upgrade and explore sea passages. Unravel the mystery of Atlantis. Started as an academic project by Accademia Italiana Videogiochi. Yes, my Italian is clearly wonderful. So this is a student project. That's cool. That's quite funky. That weird sense of deja vu I had. I wonder if it was. I wonder if I've seen somebody like Iron Pineapple play it, because I know he does a lot when it comes to looking at student stuff. So maybe that's where I've seen it before, or maybe it was just full on deja vu. But yeah, I think the moving around, this actually feels a little bit more natural. Holding down shift to dash all the time. I just don't know whether that needs to be a thing. I know. Die and respawn? Yeah. In some ways, I feel like the keyboard mouse implementation actually works a little bit better. So, Anchor. Quest for Atlantis. An interesting premise, and one I would be interested in looking into a little bit more come March time, which admittedly isn't very far away, but we're going to get past Monster Hunter Wilds first. Thank you for watching, anyway. Hope you have enjoyed this coverage of the game. On the off chance, if you are the developer, an interesting project that you've got here. As long as you don't overprice it for release, I'd be quite interested in playing a little bit more of this. I'm quite interested in what the story is going to be. I've always liked Atlantis as a premise, so yeah, I kind of like to know a little bit more. Until next time, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay fabulous. Onwards to the next demo. Cheerio.
Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, why not click the like button and consider subscribing. Remember, you can ring the bell notification icon to get notified when new videos go live. And until next time, cheerio.